we're going to be taking some waffles and some bacon out to Cash and Carter. Eat our syrup. Uncle Rector is cooking breakfast.
All right, what do y'all got here?
A tablet.
Well, I was talking about for breakfast.
A tablet and waffles.
Waffles. Do you know who made those waffles?
Yeah, you.
No, Uncle Lester. And then he had Connor deliver them for you.
Oh.
Y'all are like getting a breakfast service. Isn't that crazy? That's so sweet, huh? So what do y'all got?
Waffles.
And what else?
And bacon.
Are you gonna eat that bacon?
No, I don't like bacon.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna eat this bacon. Say thanks, Uncle Lester.
Looks like bacon only.
So thanks, Uncle Lester.
Thanks, Uncle Lester. Yeah.
I am having so much fun entertaining Bree, Laramie, and their kiddos. Whew, the flies are something else. I walk outside and the flies just come. They swarm me. Hey folks, Lester here. Hi to hello. And I hope that you're doing fine where you're at. I know that the crazy weather across this country of ours is something else. I see that I have both Facebook and YouTube here. So thank you all. Welcome. And today we're just going to open a couple of gifts and goodies. I have some things sitting on the porch here. I don't want to leave set too long. And if gifts and goodies is not your thing, then by all means, go find your happy place. I promise you there's a lot of wonderful things on the internet. And there's some naughty things, and there's some bad things, there's some evil things. But you find your happy place, and wherever that happy place is, then go do your thing. Time is valuable. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. It was kind of an eye-opener whenever Jamie talked to our Facebook rep not too long ago, and he was sharing her with some numbers, talking about the number of video creators that are across the social media platforms, and 150 million. Guys, if you think about how many people that is, 150 million channels. Now, all of those channels they differ in what they offer. Some are doing the little dance videos, some do comedy things, some do, you name it. There's all kinds of stuff with politics, and there's just a lot of variety of what you can watch. And so we're very, very blessed that you choose to watch us. So for those who do, continue to watch us, and with all of the ups and downs that we go through, and it's just nice to have you with us, okay? So thank you so very much. And if I keep doing this, it's not because I'm hot. I'm hot. But there's also flies that are just surrounding me, like swarming me. So, hey, everybody. So Mimi says, hey, with the extra Y's on there, which psychologically that means something. I will not tell you right here, Mimi, what that means. But hey, back to you as well. I don't know why I deserve the extra Y's. A guy with flies all over his face and around his ears and mouth is not really going to get too many hays from too many women, but I appreciate you, Miss Mimi, making me feel good. I thank you for doing that. Appreciate you. And hey, back to you. Even though I don't say it near as sexy as I bet you do. But I'm a guy, and we're not known for stuff like that. We do try. I'll tell you what I just got to do. I just got to hold hands with Laramie. We just held hands together. Yeah, Brianne's husband, Laramie. You know, the big Laramie. They all say he's my man crush. He's not really my man crush, but he's a good-looking man. But I can't give away the secrets of what led to me and Laramie holding hands. Brianne, though, has an amazing video that I'm sure she's going to share with you all at some point today. I will say that I really enjoyed. I have, y'all. It was not awkward, Marie. It was a necessity. So for everyone saying that sounds awkward, that's Lester. Where are you going with it? Lester, what's happening to you, Lester? You're just falling apart. It was not like that. We held hands in it was an important. Marie, look at your photo. Wow. Hey. Hey, I'm sorry. That's very unbecoming. Very unbecoming of me, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Dwayne Lacey, good to see you, buddy. About a month or so till school starts, Dwayne. You ready? You getting rested up? I hope you have your power back, Dwayne. I think that most of Houston is back online, or at least they're getting there. No, we were not arm wrestling. Billy Penny wants to know where me and Laramie arm wrestling. No, I'm going to say this, and I think that Laramie would agree with this. There was a job that big old bodybuilding Laramie could not do alone. And I says, Laramie, I says, no disrespect. I don't mean any disrespect by this, but you may have the actual bigger guns. You may have the bigger guns, but you're not farm strong, Laramie. You're not farm strong. Allow me to get under your truck and show you what I mean by that. And so together, Laramie and I got underneath his truck, and we performed a very difficult task that required us to interlock our hands. I don't know why that's making me blush, because that's all that we interlocked. All we interlocked were hands, and Bree was watching the whole time, along with her two kids. Hey, everybody. Nice to see you all. Thank you all for joining me. So once again, like I was saying, nothing major going on here. If you're looking for some kind of hurricane this or hurricane that, or you want more of that information highway, nothing like that today. But I do have several things over here that's been sitting for a couple of days. And I do want to go ahead and open those things for you guys right now, if you don't mind. Okay. And yes, as of right now this morning, Laramie, Brienne, and the kids were still here in the RV. I have Lex and Connor, who's staying inside the apartment with me, and I could not be happier. I am enjoying the company so darn much. My other son, L.E., came over last night. He was here till darn near 2 o'clock in the morning, and we played video games. We had board games. We played cards that Jamie taught us recently. So we had a lot of fun. I'm able to cook for everybody. And so I am that kind of guy. I'm going to tell y'all something. You're not going to like to hear this. I know Jamie's not going to want to hear this, but I'm okay. Jamie's working. So please do not let this get back to Jamie. Whatever you do, do not let this get back to Jamie. But I realize something here in my older years that I may not have realized when I was younger, or I for sure did not appreciate as much. But you know that my mom and dad have always taken a lot of pride in living there on Morrow land, being surrounded by their family. Now, that didn't start with my mom and dad. That started with my grandma and grandpa, actually, my dad's parents, who were the first. Well, it actually started before them. It would have been my great-grandparents who were the first to have that plot of land there on Morrow Hill and then have all of their kids live around them. I don't mean like in the same house. I'm not down for sharing a house, but on the same property, having your own family, let's just call it a compound, having your own family compound, a place where you all have each other's back, right? And so my Uncle Raleigh, for years after he and my Uncle Raleigh, who's passed away now, but he had kind of the same setup. His kids were living around him. And then my dad made it to where his kids all lived around him. So now at that point, we had my Uncle Raleigh's land and then my dad's land, and all of us kids lived on the property. At some point, Uncle Raleigh had some changes, and Karen, his daughter, got married and moved away. JJ got into some trouble with the law and was sent away. And then Kenny, my cousin Kenny, who is the oldest of Uncle Raleigh's sons, got married, and he and his wife wanted to live closer to work. So they also moved away. That put Uncle Raleigh and Joanne living there on their property alone. Now, the kids still come by to visit all the time. But my dad was able to keep most of his family there together. You all know that Tina and Rob decided to move away. when Hurricane Harvey destroyed their home and they decided not to rebuild there in Plum Grove because of other past floods and worries. Rob has a very serious job he can't miss. And for the number of days he had to miss work because of road conditions or the long drive, they decided to go ahead and pack up and move off the hill. And they've done very well for themselves. They have their own piece of property now, a beautiful piece of property. And then I will say at first, my mom was very disappointed, I would think is the best word, just disappointed. But it wasn't until Jamie and I began to realize a little bit later that we don't really have the amount of land that we need for what we were doing. Even though Jamie was working from home, she didn't have to travel as much as Rob does. It was just inconvenient not to have the land space. And then my dad and my Uncle Raleigh were both kind of adamant about holding on to land for as long as possible. And so we went ahead and took all of my YouTube money that I had made 3 or 4 years of YouTubing, and we took every penny from YouTube, and we were able to purchase this property here, Longhorn Lester's. Well, it's been a really wonderful 3 years. But what I'm noticing is that even the beautiful property here with all the nice trees and the hills and the river out back, it doesn't really offer us the kind of land as far as pastures that we need. So I was talking to Jamie and Ellie and Lex, obviously, and I says, what would y'all think? What would y'all think about maybe eventually all of us having our own little homestead here at the JL Ranch property, where we could all live on the same property? Everyone kind of have their own little space. They still do their own little things. And so it was fun to talk about. We talked about that yesterday. Fun to talk about and think about. And now I'm not saying that's going to be anything in the near future. More than likely it will not be. But with the amount of problems they're having over in Plum Grove with the population explosion, with the crime, with the flooding, and with so many other things we don't talk about a whole lot, I really think that at some point, Ellie and Megan would be wise to up and try to find a little bit easier lifestyle for themselves, because there's no matter how much you want to be angry at me, and there's going to be a lot of angry people here, and that's fine. We can all agree to disagree. But what's going to happen is this over here. I told Brienne just a few minutes ago, Brienne and I were talking, and they're going to go back to Plum Grove this morning and try to do a few things. And she said that I don't want to get Brienne in trouble either. So I need to be very careful how I say this. But there's just something special in the fact that you can wake up and go throughout your day. And even if you watch the weather reports and you know that you may have bad weather coming, you don't have to immediately go to the what ifs of evacuating your animals, evacuating your family, and all of the riffraff of the neighborhood. I don't think you guys know what we witnessed a couple of days back with the neighborhood of 70,000+ people. That's a lawless neighborhood, and how scary it was for even a grown man who, and I do carry, a grown man who carries was still sitting in a parking lot fearful of Jamie, who had walked in to pay, of myself, who's having to watch my back and watch every nook and cranny of. There was fist fights over the ice machine, and there was fighting over people filling up too many gas cans, and it was just very scary. And to know that one of my sons and his fiance and eventually my grandkids will be living in that environment, and it scares me. I don't mind saying it. It scares me for them. And then last night when LE left here at 2 a.m, and I said, son, please don't stop on the way home. Please drive straight home. Because my fear is that he gets off in that neighborhood somewhere and he stops for gas or a bite to eat or whatever, and bad things could happen. And I understand there are some people who live in really lousy neighborhoods who don't have a choice, and that's where they live. Plum Grove was never like that until the last 2 or 3 years. And so now I do sincerely worry. I not only worry about Ellie, but I worry about Brienne and those children. I worry about Lou, my sister-in-law Leanne, Jake and his family. You just worry. You can't help but worry. And so I offered that idea to Ellie last night to think about it and just consider and think about the possibilities. And that would be a really neat thing to do. Now, everyone's going to say, your dad is never leaving. I understand my dad's never leaving. I get that, y'all. I understand my dad will never leave. And I don't blame him. My dad's already at his age, and he's lived his entire life there, same as his dad and his mom. And so I know my dad will never leave. I get that. And I'm not saying we're going to do it like we're not doing it. We're not making plans to do it now. But at least I put the worm in his ear to be thinking about it. And of course, Lex, my other son, is so happy-go-lucky. He doesn't care. He'll go anywhere. If there's someone to play with, if there's a Wi-Fi signal, we can get some internet. And I just feel like it's a whole lot safer. Not only is it safer, there's no flooding concerns. Not only is there no flooding concerns, but there's plenty of land for everybody, for all that we want to do. And there's even more land that's right next door that could be available if we were willing to try to do a little bit of working with the guy trying to sell it. So I don't know, y'all. I think that what's important is that your kids need to be loved and cared for. And I will continually, I'll keep loving my kids. It doesn't matter how old they get. I think that that's what they need more than anything else. And there's nothing more loving. There is. I'm going to say this, and it comes from it just happened this morning. There's nothing more loving than to wake up, see the kids peacefully sleeping, walk outside where there's no noise, there's no traffic, there's no chaos, there's no one screeching tires down by the road. There's not all the fireworks and the gunshots, and there's not all the ambulances coming through or the fire trucks. And then you have to know that the kids are safe. Walking out over here, I was able to cook for Carter and Cash. Let's play that again right quick. I cooked for Connor. All right, we're going to be taking some waffles and some bacon out to Cash and Carter. Eat our syrup. Uncle Rector is cooking breakfast.
All right, what do y'all got here?
Look at Carter.
A tablet.
Well, I was talking about for breakfast.
A tablet and waffles.
Waffles. Do you know who made those waffles?
Yeah, you.
No, Uncle Lester. And then he had Connor deliver them for you.
Oh.
Y'all are like getting a breakfast service. Isn't that crazy? That's so sweet, huh? So what do y'all got?
Waffles.
And what else?
And bacon.
Are you gonna eat that bacon?
No, I don't like bacon.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna eat this bacon. Say thanks, Uncle Lester.
Looks like bacon only.
Say thanks, Uncle Lester.
Thanks, Uncle Lester.
I love that little girl. Oh, I love that little girl. And she speaks with a British accent. You guys do know that story, yes? She watches a cartoon. I forgot which cartoon it is, but the cartoon must be made over in the UK. And so all of the little characters speak in their English accents. And that's Carter's favorite cartoon. I'm seeing if anyone may remember the cartoon. Is it Peggy Pig? Peggy Pig is my pig. Oh, Peppa Pig. So Peppa Pig is a cartoon that she likes to watch. And they speak with a British accent. And so she's learning how to talk. She talks so much, but she does talk with a British accent. Let me read this from Shelley. And I didn't pull it for any reason. It caught my attention. Lester, try to understand that your dad has beautiful land there. Yes. Plum Grove is a beautiful property. And that's where he has lived all of his life. And I know you get that. I would really hate to see the sanctuary on that hill not be there anymore. It just wouldn't be the same. Let me pause this for a second. I'm not going to take it away, but I'm going to pause it for a second. So even in the word sanctuary, that has to be a place of peace, a place of solitude, a place of, I can't think of a better word than just a sanctuary it must be a happy and place, a fulfilled place. Guys, if you don't know this, you may be hearing it here for the first time. Aunt Joanne, who lives next door to the sanctuary, has put all of her property and homes up for sale. Everything. All they're going to keep is 5 acres of the Morrow Family Cemetery, but everything else is up for sale. All of the frontage property is going to be sold as commercial property, and all of the back is going to be sold for residential or for agricultural farming. There are hay fields. You already know that. And so what that means is that once Joanne's property does sell, and who knows how long that'll be, but there will be neighbors living right next door to Ellie and Megan. They'll be right across a very small field from my brother Dan and Jake and Brianne. My mom and dad will be a little bit further away, but even mom and dad, guys, even mom and dad have a neighbor now in that he's a nice guy. His name is Logan, but he does litter, Litter. Logan, as much as my dad likes his friendship, Logan has littered that pasture beside my mom and dad's house with junk. Logan likes to keep stuff. And so I'm not knocking Logan, and I'm not trying to knock anybody who likes to hold on and keep stuff. But Logan does not want to keep his stuff up around his house. Logan wants to keep stuff lined up along my mom and dad's house for protection. So even Mr. Logan knows that the crime in the neighborhood is getting horrible. Stephanie and Buddy had a vehicle stolen from their parking lot, from their driveway. Sister Kim has been broken into. So those homes along the road are not safe. And the neighborhood is changing. And what used to be a place where my dad grew up that was beautiful and peaceful, and a place we would have never, ever imagined leaving, a place we all thought we would grow old and die. I'm going to probably lose my signal here. I'm going to lose my signal, and it's be because Jamie's calling. I'm holding on to you for right now. Jamie, I'm not going to be able to answer that. Look, so I have my phone already on Do Not Disturb and the No Ringer. But Jamie's smart enough to know that if she calls 3 times, it'll bypass all of that. Did y'all know that secret? Even if someone turns their phone off, if you're desperate enough to get a hold of them and you call them 3 times, it's still going to go and bypass all of the Do Not Disturb stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and go with what Elizabeth says, that, guys, it's not the land that makes the sanctuary. It is the love. It's the love. It's the peace. It's the quiet. It is all of the things that you try to do to give your babies, your animals in our case, their best life. And their best life is not being tormented by gunshots, fireworks, tire screeching, crime, stray dogs showing up every single night, animals, geese and ducks and chickens being chased around, cornholio being attacked. That's not a sanctuary, friends. That is not a sanctuary. And so no matter how good the intentions are, a sanctuary can exist anywhere. It just needs peace. It needs tranquility. It needs quiet. And so as far as selling out, what I would do if this ever happened is I would literally offer to my brother Dan the 11 acres that I bought from Joanne. I would literally say, Dan, we're not going to be moving over here. I'm not going to be using this for cows. You can just have the 11 acres that I bought from Aunt Joanne and Uncle Raleigh when I was going to use it for my cows, and let Uncle Dan just have that. That can add on to his piece of property. And what Dan decides to do with it will be up to Uncle Dan. I don't care. Now, all of the things up front that were the barns, the well house, the front pond, all of that will eventually be deeded over to me. It's not in my name now, it's in my dad's name. But I would let my dad know that our intentions, Dad, are not to hold on to it. And Lisa Lee says, why don't you buy from Aunt Joanne? Okay, Lisa, I'll say it again. It floods all the time. It floods all the time. There's crime. There's graffiti. There's rapes. There's murders. There's human trafficking. There is lawlessness. There are auto accidents. Most of those are hit and run because people do not have insurance or identification. It is a very dangerous place to live. I don't know where you live, friends. I don't know what towns and cities you live in, but I would equate the city of Plum Grove very, very close to the city of Chicago, the downtown Chicago, or at least the side of Chicago that has all of the horrific crime. I would also equate it to the side of the Illinois or the Kansas City where they have all the crime. I don't think that you even know because it's not making national news. It's not. Well, it actually has. Many people know that it has made national news plenty of times. You know, the developer of all of that is now locked up in prison for all of his corruption. So guys, it's a mess. It's just a mess. And I think that if my forefathers, those who were here years and years ago, could have ever, is it East St. Louis? East St. Louis is the bad side. Someone says, I don't know. Compton in California. Listen, guys, I'm not trying to degrade or put down other parts of the country, but I'm trying to show you an equivalent. I don't think anyone has any idea how much crime, how many murders, how much human trafficking takes place over there every single day. And I don't want my children around that. Sorry. I don't want my mom and dad around that. I don't want anybody to have to live like that. But if we do have an option, then I expressed to my son last night that, hey, just consider this. I know that you like having your own place and you like having your own, your own decision-making ability. But this would be a way that we could kind of restart what my dad and them had. And eventually when Ellie and Megan have kids, then they're living right there with their granddad. Whenever Lex gets older and gets married and has kids, if he goes that route, then guess what? Then I'll be right there with them too. And I'll have my kids close. And I don't think there's any more peace of mind knowing that your kids are close. And then I'll say the last thing. And I'll drop it. I think that my dad loves Lex more than he would not like the fact that Lex will be living somewhere and having his home somewhere that is free from all of that stuff. Now, I'm not saying that everyone can do that, but we're blessed to be in a position that we've acquired a piece of property, a very large piece of property. So if your name is Luda and you think that you're being funny by annoying all of these wonderful people, I'm just going to remind you that this is your life. This is your life. And do you want to spend your life? Do you want to spend your life taunting and trolling good people and good pages? So what I'm going to do now is, if you're not going to leave on your own, then I will escort you out the door. I'm going to not only delete your comment, but I'm going to ban you. So nobody wants to be kicked off the team. Nobody likes to be kicked off the team. But you, my friend, have just been kicked off this team. We don't need all that stuff, y'all. We don't need all that. You don't have to agree with me. You can absolutely choose not to agree with me. But it is my thoughts on the whole situation. Okay, here we are at 30 minutes, and you're still wondering why I've not opened any packages. I'm going. Okay, first I'll grab this big purple one over here. it does come to Longhorn Lester. Longhorn Lester right there. Now, I don't know what in the world someone would have sent me in this size of package. Whoa. Oh my God. Oh, holy moly. Look, y'all. I did not know they even look. Oh, Lordy. This is from Dasconi Farm in Ireland or Scotland or somewhere over there, y'all. Oh my goodness. Look, they said, oh boy. Look. Now they've done it up right, y'all. These guys do it up right. If you know this channel, you have to go by and tell them thank you from Lester. Longhorn Lester says thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And y'all have to also say hello. They have some really neat people over there. They're in Scotland. I'm so sorry. I always confuse Scotland and Ireland. I will say that they must have tiny heads in Scotland. No offense, but I'm almost on the, I've opened this cap as far as I can, and it's still quite big on me. Or is this one of those kids' hats? Is it a small sized hat? Yes, and so I love these guys, and they have amazing accents, and they work so well with each other. They run a petting zoo along with they offer some rides, and they are so fun to watch. They are so fun to watch. Oh no, what is this? Guys, I love this channel. They're a really good, wholesome. Farmer Pete, Farmer Ben. Oh, look, yes. This was from their most recent babies. Look how many she had. And look, they have a really nice setup, y'all. They have a really neat setup. Isn't that wonderful? They sent me this. So I am friends with them. He and I converse on occasion. Mostly it's about social media and trying to figure out Facebook. No one can figure out Facebook. If you thought that Facebook here was a mess, Facebook over in the UK is just as messy, y'all. Facebook is a mess. But I talk to him on occasion. I'm going to text him and see if he wants to join me on my live. Y'all give me 1 second. So I'm trying to think how I typed his name in here. Maybe it's on the WhatsApp. Let me find it. Y'all give me a second. I'm not familiar with all the WhatsApp stuff. Okay, so Pete. Nope. Man. All right, so I'm going to text him. Hey, brother, I just received your package. I'm doing a gifting goodie video right now, comma. Would you have any interest in joining me if I send you the link? I would love to introduce you to my friends and family. Okay, so I did send it to Farmer Ben. I hope he replies. I'll let you know if he even checks it. I can see if he even looks at it. Now, they're on a different time frame than we are. Right now, if it's 2:46, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's either 8 or 9:30 right now in Scotland. So he may well be already in and showered and ready for bed. And I don't want to bother him, but I did send him the message. And at some point he will get that. But look, they sent all kinds of stuff. Some hoodies. They sent a hat for me and a hat for Jamie. Some shirts. You guys, if he does join, you're going to love his accent. So they're in Scotland, Dumfries, Scotland. Dumfries, Scotland. And they've been going since 2004. That's quite a while. I'll put that shirt on right now. I choose that shirt because it's blue. Well, you know, y'all say I look good in blue. Give me a moment to put this on right quick. There we go. Oh, 20 years. So it's been 20 years for those guys. So he's not even checked his WhatsApp yet. It will let me know when he checks his messages, and he's not even checked. So I'll tell you what, talk about just good people. And I've really come across some amazing folks over the years. And this fella here, along with his entire team, are just really, really good, humble. God, they're just good, God-fearing people. And they love their animals and they love people in general. So I am so blessed to have gotten some things from him. I tell you what, though, I feel bad. I don't know how much money it cost him to send this, but this is a very heavy package. Oh, no. Sorry, Lester, you're wearing the wrong color blue. Do we really have to go there, y'all? Blue is blue. Can't we just say blue is blue? I'm wearing the wrong color blue. Sorry. Not sorry. I think if he does end up joining, or if he watches the live later, I think it would be kind of neat for him to see his products, his merch being worn to my audiences. Thank you all so much for loving him. I didn't realize that so many of you guys knew them, but you all agree they have amazing accents. They have great personalities. So light blue does something for me. Dark blue does nothing. I am like dead in the water to you all. The dark blue, I'm dead in the water. Now, light blue, it gets a few sparks of flash. You get a little tingle in your eye with the light blue. Don't make me go in there and put on my light blue shirt, because I will. Y'all know how I'm weird like that. So thank you, Ben, Pete, and all of the rest of the crew over at your farm there in Scotland. We love you guys. You're so fun to watch. I know it's really neat seeing the faces of the people who come by to visit when you have babies born. That's something that we did that for a short while at the sanctuary. But thank you, Lori. Lori says, you know what, Lester, you look good in dark blue too. Thank you so much. Hello. There runs Connor with his headphones on, running to get something out of the fridge, probably an ice cream cone. All right, let's keep opening a few more gifts. And I will let y'all know if he does check his messages, but as of right now, he has not. Made for the outdoor poncho. Now, could this be something that was sent maybe before the flood? Something that you wear in the rain, like a poncho? Hold on a minute. This is like divine intervention. You're all telling me I look so ugly in this dark blue. So guess what God does? He goes, woo, we'll take care of that problem. We'll send you a light blue poncho. So now I have me a poncho made it in light blue. Now, this might be not the color blue you're looking for. If y'all are going to still be mean about that, this may not be the right color blue that you like, but look, it has little snap buttons. It has a little pearl snaps, y'all. I've never seen a poncho with pearl snaps. I always thought a poncho, you just slip it over and hope that the rain doesn't get you. Well, it's not like any poncho I've ever seen. Look, this is actually kind of fancy. This looks a little bit fancy to me. I'm going to put it on. It looks like a shirt, not a poncho. Maybe poncho is just the name. Maybe it's made in Mexico, and poncho is like a name brand. Oh, so poncho is just the name brand. Poncho. Look at that. I'm loving it, y'all. Now, is there a note? Ships to Longhorn Lester. There's nothing on here to tell me who it's from, y'all. And it comes from Poncho Outdoors Fulfillment Center. Oh, on Longhorn Boulevard in Austin, Texas. Well, I wish there was someone to tell you thank you to. I wish there was someone to thank. But so okay, so from what I'm reading now, this is the right blue, Lester. That is the right blue. So sparks are a flying, ladies. Sparks are flying. Ah, that blue's made for babies. Okay. Well, we've already known this for a long time. You cannot make everybody happy. There ain't no way you can make everybody happy on the darn internet. Lester Morrow. I'm just making sure that he's not. Nope. He has received my message, but he's not read it yet. So my message was delivered. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, no. No, no, no. Have we not had enough of these already? Have we not had enough of these delivered already? More of those squeaky chickens. More squeaky chickens, y'all. And there's no name. There's no name to tell me who sent those. And even this only has my name and my address. There's no return. Uh-oh, we got sparks of flying from Giggles. Giggles, I'm going to pull that up because I got to pick on you. Giggles says sparks are flying here. Please don't screen record my face doing that, y'all. Whatever you do, if you don't even just... Give those to Ruby. She'll love the squeakers. Thank you, Giggles. That's a cute name, too. And a wonderful little profile picture right there. All right, we're going to slide on down a little bit. So Farmer Ben has still not answered. He's not received his message yet, so I don't know. But that's fine. Give those squeaky chickens to the horses and see what happens. Okay, we'll be going over there in the afternoon. I will absolutely do that. Okay? Thank you so very much. This is your boyfriend's shirt. Your boyfriend's shirt. And then people wear these shirts over at Cog Hill. Well, I'll tell you what. It's very light. This shirt is very, very light. And it feels comfortable. I don't know about having it buttoned up. So I don't really know exactly. Hey, does it have that thing in the back that hangs down? It looks like a oh, it does. Look, it has that thing in the back like cowboys wear. That's that little thing that a bunch of cowboys and fishermen wear. I don't even know what you call that thing. But I've seen a lot of fishermen and cowboys wearing stuff like that. And Jason, yeah, and Jason. So fishermen, cowboys, and Jason at Cog Hill, they all wear shirts like this. And now I got one. Now I have one too, y'all. Thank you. Whoa. Hold on, Sharon. Sharon says that shirt is over $100 in Canada, Lester. $100? Now, are those euros or Canadian dollars? And what does that translate to in American dollars? Yes, it's moisture wicking, they call it. This is very nice. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody. And once again, I do wish I had a name to say thank you to. It's hard when you receive a gift and you don't have anyone to tell you, you can say thank you here, but you just can't, So these are about 75 American dollars here. That's guys, I don't have any shirts worth $75. None of my shirts cost that kind of money. So this has become my most expensive shirt. Even though if you take how much money it costs to send all of this stuff from Scotland to the US, I guarantee you those are my more expensive shirts now. Nameless gifts are always the best, and it speaks volumes of the senders. So I can understand that. A lot of people like to get credit, and some people don't want the credit. They just want to give the gift. And so I understand that. So thank you very much. I will not get this dirty. I will keep it nice and clean for that occasional date night. Could I read a letter right quick? This is one I showed you guys last time, but I never had a chance to open it and read it. And there's no guarantee I can read the whole thing, but I would like to at least have a shot at it and see what kind of things we got here. So, dear Lester, I totally love your live videos. I'm so glad that you too have gotten some of your grass in the pasture and the rock that you've got to fix your erosion problem. I think it looks great out there. And I will say that with our 7 inches of rain, we haven't had any issues whatsoever. None. No erosion issues from the hurricane. None. They talk about the mini donkeys. They like Willie Joe and how handsome he is, and a rare white bull. They love the fact we took little Gary in. Some of their other channels are Ellie and Megan, Jake and Lissa, Brienne, Uncle Dan. So they pretty much watch everybody. Oh, they're going to try my little Smokies and bacon recipe. They love Jamie's facial expressions. And they also agree with the fact that we left Sadie over at the JL property. Thank you for that letter. That was very kind of you. Okay. The erosion issues have been fixed. Thank you so much. We only have a couple more. 1, 2, and I'll be done. This over here comes to Lester. And what we have over here is some kind of a pouch. Some kind of a pouch system with a lot of straps. Lots and lots of straps. Guys, I don't know exactly how I would ever wear this. If you wear it in the front, it might be sort of like maybe like a fanny pack, except this is a lot safer than a fanny pack. This would be a lot safer because of the fact that you can actually strap it on you. No one's going to be able to go around you and sneak this thing off of you. So thank you so very much for the pouch. I don't see any names. There's nothing in here to tell me who. There's nothing inside here to tell me anything about it. So this could be ideal for when you travel. You can just take your phone and like drop it right inside there. So you have your phone, maybe your wallet. I don't really understand all of this though. Oh, well, I guess I get it. I'll have to make a few adjustments. But you make a few adjustments here and you got you a nice little pack. And then you can take this and close it up so things can't fall out in case you're going to go swimming or whatever else. All righty. So thank you so very much for that. We're almost done here. I don't know what prompted this, but I'm not going to argue. I love it and I will absolutely wear it next time we go somewhere. So unlike a fanny pack hangs around here. This here hangs a little bit high. So I may have to lower it down. I don't really know exactly how you would lower it, but I'll tell you what, I will figure all of this stuff out a little bit later. But thank you. Thank you so very much. So where's my phone? Can't lose it if it's right here beside you. And ain't no one going to steal it from you right there. I'm going to see if Farmer Ben has got my message. No, he's still not got my message. That's okay. Here we go. Guys, this is the last one. Oh, it comes to Jamie Walker, so I shall not be opening this. So this was the last one. Thank you so very much. I'm very blessed to have you. Thank you for, oh my goodness. So, more sparks are flying, Lester. More sparks are flying. Thank you for the sparks, y'all. Thank you for the sparks. And thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Thank you for loving us and being so sweet and kind to us. Thank you for hearing me out when I kind of like talked and thought out loud about my future, the potential future of having our very own family unit right there at the JL Ranch property. And don't get me wrong, if If for some reason Ellie or Lex do not choose to do that, it's not going to bother me. I'm not going to be upset about it. Or if they chose to do it, but it's just not for them, that's fine too. Um, but I loved growing up with all of the family around, and I know that Ellie he has a really big thing for family and family units, and I think it would be so ideal to be able to live more days like the ones I'm living now, able to wake up, cook for everybody, entertain, hang out, play cards or dice at night like we did last night, and just be able to see and love on your family. So, thank you for all the sweet compliments. You're being very kind over here. Hello from Denmark. How lucky are we, y'all? How lucky are we? Where did it go? How lucky are we to have reached people as far away as Denmark? Because can't you guys imagine that someone in Denmark might have better things to do than watch this guy from Texas sweating out in the heat? I think I would. But Vinny, thank you so much. You're very kind, and I have no idea how to pronounce your last name. But I'm blessed to have you as a part of our extended friends and family from across the big pond. Well, thank you all very much. We love you so much, and we will catch you guys on the next video. I'm going to end this video here the same way we started it, by once again going back to the breakfast I made for the kiddos. Thank y'all for watching. We love you, and we'll see you.
And some bacon out to Cash and Carter. Eat our syrup.
Oh, big video on YouTube right now. Longhorn Lister big video. Trespasser at the JL Ranch yesterday. Loving on my Longhorns. Y'all go watch it.
Uncle Rector is cooking breakfast.
All right, what do y'all got here? Well, I was talking about for breakfast.
It's a tablet and waffles.
Waffles. Do you know who made those waffles?
Yeah, you.
No, Uncle Lester. And then he had Connor deliver them for you.
Oh.
Y'all are like getting a breakfast service. Isn't that crazy? That's so sweet, huh? So what do y'all got?
Waffles
And what else?
and bacon.